Meeting to order, please rise for the pledge to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, moving on. Approve the agenda. Does anyone have anything they'd like to add or alter on the agenda?
If there's no addition or minutes, I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda as submitted.
Support.
Moved and supported to approve the agenda as submitted. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries. Next item is approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of September 13th. We made one error on there,
Oh, boy.
and it should have read 2016-06 instead of 2016-05.
Error, wait. Oh,
In the
on the
minutes.
resolution. Oh,
I don't know, I have to find you the number if I want to.
yeah, it should be.
Oh, I see, in 3B.
Okay.
3B.
There's something about, we did the same thing last year with the same number.
All right, so it should have been
2016-06.
Oh, 6. Right.
If there's no other changes or corrections, I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
No, minutes.
Minutes.
Oh, the minutes.
I'll support that for the minutes.
Okay, moved and supported to approve the minutes as amended. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries.
I apologize for that.
That's
Yeah, it's
okay. I
okay.
got the
That's
right
okay.
place on. We're good.
The next item is the financial report.
We began the month with $149,200.94 and took in receipts of $77,249.21. We made disbursements of $56,241.06, leaving us with an ending balance in the general fund of $170,209.09.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the financial report as submitted.
I'll support that.
Moved and supported to approve the financial report as submitted. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries.
I have just one more thing. If you'll turn to your Casco Township interest income for September, no matter how I try to time this, Advia always comes in a day or two after I make this report, so I was kind of going with last month's numbers and adding what I thought. So, in the Advia account, in account 0020, we made $3 in our money market, which gives us a total of $24,325.06.
Oh, 6 cents, not 16.
Right, 6 cents. And so in the 0032 account, they posted a $31.38 dividend, which brings us to $50,935.44 in the interest.
Interest rates are still pretty low.
Yeah.
Oh, if we can break 1%.
We're doing good.
We're celebrating.
Moving on, correspondence, item A. The Richmond Volunteer Fire Department, as many other fire departments are having an open house October 16th, and they've got a lot of stuff going on. They've got breakfast, fire truck rides, helicopter landing, extinguisher training, Jaws of Life, and much more. So if you're near Richmond and you want to stop by the Volunteer Fire Department, they would probably appreciate it, and you'd probably be impressed. I think many of the other fire departments in the area are having the same thing this Saturday, I believe.
You know, other than the years I was in the Air Force, living in Kalamazoo, I've spent my whole life here. I've never been inside that fire station.
Oh,
Really?
Now's your chance.
now's your
Yeah.
chance.
Really? Even though we've given business, I've been part of it.
Okay, moving on. Item B, Once again, the fire department. This is the Ira Fire Department, October 16th. They're having a pancake, French toast, and sausage breakfast hosted by the Firefighters Association and the Fire Department Women's Auxiliary. And they've got an old fire truck and a bunch of other interesting stuff. They have a very nice place at their station down there. So if you're near Ira Township on Saturday, and it's from 8 to noon.
I've been inside that fire hall before. Not Richmond's.
Okay, moving on. Item C, Bell River Watershed. Received a communication. It's actually from Six Rivers. It's the firm or the conservancy that did the watershed plan. And they want to move up and get some money from, hopefully apply for some money from, forgot who they're asking for this one. I know it's on here. Michigan Department of Environmental Quality. They would like us, they sent a sample letter with the areas not filled in. I don't have a problem supporting them. I'm not ready to give them any money at this time. And I don't know if we have any resources we could allocate in place of the money. But I would have no trouble sending, tomorrow's the deadline for sending them anything. I have no problem sending them a letter from the board saying that we support their efforts in the area of non-point source program in the Bell River watershed. If that's what the board would like to do. If you want to do something else, speak up.
I mean, what will our letter do?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, they submitted with their grant application that the other communities supported. They'd like it better if you know, they'd love it if you said, we can give you 40 man hours of doing mapping and all this other stuff. But I don't know if we can do anything that they can't do. We have the same resources that the other townships have, and Six Rivers probably has.
I
So
just
it's
don't.
up to you. We can do nothing, we can send them a letter, or we can do more than that. Whatever you want to do.
Well, just a letter of support.
Yeah, letter of
Yeah.
support, is that what?
Okay,
Yeah.
Send a letter of support.
I'll get it to them tomorrow.
What kind of resources can we give them? I mean, we don't have them.
Well, they love money,
Yeah,
but if you can provide services that are required, they put that in the grant in place in lieu of money.
We don't really have anything in that regard.
Well, not that, I mean, I can call them and ask them, but I don't know what we have that they don't have access to, but it's all manpower, but,
we don't.
because when they did the big grant for the watershed, the county put in a ton of money, but it was all manpower and hours.
Okay, and where will we get our manpower? Joe, you going? How about you?
Yeah, I mean, the county, they're using, what, members of the Drainage
Right.
Road Commission to do their stuff? Bidding the county?
No, the health department did it all for the watershed stuff, but they
Right.
actually hired Six Rivers to run it for the watershed. When they did the Anchor Bay watershed, they had, it was Huron Environmental did theirs. And once again, the health department donated, it was considerable, it was like $75,000 worth of manpower
Yeah.
and resources.
Okay, is this like in researching for the grant and stuff like that, or?
Well, a lot of it is information, if you noticed in the small communication. Well, you know, you want to print stuff off, get the stuff from the county, disseminate it somewhere. So,
That's it.
Just
General
send it,
consensus of the board, send letter of support.
yes.
okay, moving on. Item D, we received a communication from the EDA that they're holding a town hall meeting on October 19th and at the Don Dodge Auditorium in Port Huron. Is anyone interested in going to that? It's at 6 p.m. in the evening. We're willing to take volunteers if you want to go.
I may try to go to it.
Did this have an RSVP or anything? I don't think so, did it?
That's next
6
Wednesday.
o'clock PM.
Huh?
That would be next Wednesday, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry. Picking up my camper.
I don't know.
It's a workshop. Yeah, I'll try to make this.
Okay. Did
Okay,
it say
so
anything
Joe-
about responding or not? I know I
Oh,
read
it was
it,
like, okay.
Probably just show up.
but- right. Yeah, I think you just show up.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
it says, please email Peggy Guy at very last sentence.
Oh, confirm your attendance.
Okay.
Okay. Joe, you got that, so you can email her.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on. The Meldon Drain. After about 5 years since the petition procedure, they finally put it out for bids. And you can kind of see the work that it covers.
Uh-huh.
The bids are coming in, I don't know, what, the 1st of November? Yeah. And then they have 2 weeks to set the assessment rates for the landowners, the township, and whatever. And everybody will be notified, because they'll have a date. That's your day to call in if you're unhappy. And I'm sure everybody's gonna be unhappy, because it's gonna be very expensive.
Right.
How many years is this for?
I don't think they've fixed that yet. I mentioned, I was in there today, and I'm sure that 10 wouldn't be a problem, but I don't know if they're gonna wanna go 20 like they did on Pelton.
Oh, 10 years, you mean?
But at I think it's 5.5% interest, you can pay it off for their head. In our case, the estimate is a cost of roughly $180,000. And if you pay it off over 10 years, that bumps it up to $260,000. So we don't know what the cost is till we get the bids in. And then we gotta see how they're gonna split the assessment. But it could be very high for property owners. It could be $100 an acre.
Ooh.
So
Well, where does the Milton Drain go through?
Right through my property.
mine too. No, that's a telltale drain on your property.
It says section 27, that would
Yeah,
be
but it
me.
drains part of that section. You may not be in it. You
It's
gotta
my-
look at our drainage
No,
map.
it's the back of my property.
Okay. Yeah, because after, like the half mile goes
Yeah.
that way.
Now, they'll only assess you for your property that's in the drainage district.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're not in the Meldon Drain District, you're not getting assessed anything. And how much they're gonna assess the people that are contiguous to the
Yeah.
drain versus a half mile away, they can't tell me. They don't have any formula. They're actually thinking about paying the engineer, consulting engineer to figure it out.
For them?
I told him, show me your dartboard, I know that's how you do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the drainage plane, you think the people who fall right in the plane would be the one who'd be assessed.
Yeah, but sometimes they charge the ones close to it, to the start of it, different than the people at the end of it. Or if you're a mile away from it, different from the people that are on it.
What's the reason?
So
I
it's
have
kinda
no
hard to
idea, and
fight
they
it.
don't either.
You know, there's no reasoning,
So-
so it's hard to fight it.
They're gonna do what they're gonna do. They will be able to
You know,
give them
that's-
input.
That's kind of,
Yeah,
is that even legal?
It is.
Well, I mean, it's legal to them not having a plan on how they assess people?
Well, first they get the price. You
Right.
can't assess till you get the price.
Yeah,
Then they determine, and they'll have a basis for their determination, whether you agree with their logic or not, might be another point of contention. But they will have a logic behind it.
I
So,
like to hear it.
well, when we get
Yeah.
to that day, because they have one day they allocate for anybody, they send letters to everybody, you can call in and they'll tell you how much your assessment's gonna be on your parcel. And you can voice your complaints or whatever. I think the only
Include that
way-
information when they send you the letter, so you know what they're talking about.
Now, what's the board of review?
Do
that
they send that
No.
information?
No.
Because,
gotta
I
call
mean,
and get it.
you're not gonna call and complain if it's $10 a year, but if it's $400 a year, you might be calling
Then
them.
you gotta call and find out.
Yeah,
That's how they've done it before, and I think your only remedy, if you're not satisfied with them, is court.
What is the board of review, what purpose does that serve on the?
Their board
on
of
the
review,
second page, third paragraph, second page, third page, third paragraph.
let me
It
find
says
it.
the appointment of benefits made by the Drain Commission may appeal the appointment, apportionment, that's dumb. Yeah,
You
you
can't.
can't appeal it to a board of review
But
as
you have to go
opposed
to
to
court if you appeal.
It says that you have a board of review.
No, they
No.
review.
Quote, okay.
Okay.
That's the day you call in, they tell you how much it is.
I wonder if they determine.
I see.
So if you call in, and it's probably gonna be 2 weeks after the first, so say it's the
Yeah,
15th of
it's
November.
apportionment of.
So
you
I call
really-
in the 15th, they tell me it's $5,000. And I don't like that. I can go to court, but that's the only thing you can do.
They've got all the addresses.
That's your only remedy.
And then the court appoints a board of review. Is that how it works? And then that board of review reviews your appeal, no? I don't think the court itself does it.
If you get a case, they'll appoint a board of review. Yeah.
And then that board of review serves to.
Review it.
to
But if
review
they're
the
uniform and
portion,
have a logic behind it, the chance of winning is probably pretty minute.
I would think,
Yeah.
but still.
So
So we'll know pretty soon.
probably if your property's closer to the actual physical drain, you're gonna get taxed at a higher amount than if you're on the peripheries of it.
Well, they got all kinds of weird logic.
It's like
There's-
how many of your
How can we
acres
get
does it
the-
drain?
So how many drops of water comes off of the
Well,
property
yeah.
into the drain?
Supposedly it's 6 miles long. So the guy at the start, he's just putting a little bit of water in. And as you keep going, it keeps getting more. Well, the guy at the end, he's getting all the water. So they say, do you think that's fair? The first guy pays as much as the last guy. Because it costs a lot more to maintain the drain at the last guy. And I said, you're gonna do what you're gonna do anyway, so.
They don't really.
I don't know, all I know is they've called my property wetlands, and now they're gonna drain it.
Yeah,
So
but-
now it's not gonna be wetlands anymore.
Oh, if it's a wetland, they won't drain it.
Oh, well, good, then, it shouldn't cost me a thing.
There you go.
Yeah, but they're
Use
draining.
at 11, they'll be there.
You know what they're gonna tell you? They're draining the roads. That's their prime purpose in life.
You're draining it, well, that
That's
drain
it.
is nowhere near that road, so.
But if you get enough of 2
Okay.
Yeah, uh-huh,
Well, that cleared that right up.
yes.
Clear as mud.
Moving on, item F, connector trail. As I gave you a copy of what we got.
Yeah.
Joe and I attended the meeting. You want to fill them in, Joe? Feel free.
Yeah, they were, the big, at least the portion of the meeting that we're involved with, they're looking at how to join the Macomb Orchard Trail with the St. Clair County Birch Bay Trail. And they had mapped several different routes. And some of them would be going over gravel roads, per se, and some would be on paved roads, like going down Fredmore Highway or that. And also, one of them was going up Gratiot. Well, all things short, I mean, to make it quick and simple, we weighed the different routes and we looked at Gratiot, kept on coming up is the best alternative. It has a wide easement. They can get federal funding to do improvements on it. It's not as heavily traveled as some roads like Fredmore Highway, and it's kind of a winding, rolling hill. It's picturesque, and it's historical. It's one of the oldest roads in this part of the country. And they thought, plus the I-94 underpass there in Marysville, when it was reconstructed, was made for a bike lane. Kirk Weston said they could, like I said, get federal funds, like when they rebuild the Bell River Bridge there on Gratiot, right up here in Columbus Township, they could put a bike path. He says that's not available, like on St. Clair Highway here, when the Bell River Bridge is closed right now,
Yeah,
he says they won't get money to build a bike path, but he said with Gratiot he can. So we just thought Gratiot would be the best option for that. And we had a couple people on the board that rode bikes and they agreed too. They thought Gratiot would be a great.
And economically, it seems like a better route as well,
Yeah.
because
and,
it brings business.
Go ahead, sorry.
all right, if they do, are they gonna put a nice bike path on it?
Well-
Like they have in St. Clair?
Yeah,
Yeah.
A little,
Yeah.
blacktop?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
well, and they had like 8, I think there was 8 total. And county line's still alive, but it's so far down the hill, they didn't even have a map for it. Their problem is getting through the city of Richmond. Are you gonna send them down Main Street? Or how are you gonna get them over to Gratiot to tie in to Gratiot? They have they're working on that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, no, but yeah, the it's, and it's great, it's, Gratiot just has so many more pluses to
Okay.
it. And it's a pretty road.
It is, out that way, it
Yeah.
is.
Well,
It's a
that's-
nice road.
Unusual amount of economic benefit when trails.
Well,
go
actually,
through
the first plan would have been much more scenic and less traffic,
It was-
but unfortunately, it was half blacktop and half gravel, and they didn't want any part of that. It's gotta be all one or the other. They don't mind gravel, they don't mind blacktop, it can't be half and half.
oh.
So,
Yeah,
they
they
killed that.
They looked at stuff, going up the road at Canadian National. Canadian National basically keeps blowing them off, and going up like the easement for Detroit Edison under the high, they said also too, basically, they just didn't want to deal with them. So, plus Gratiot, like you said, there's economic,
All of the folks that travel the trails spend money,
yeah.
and bring attention to the community.
So, yeah, it's kind of neat being a part of it. You know, it's funny because we were invited to it, we're like voting on the issues. I didn't know we were members.
Well, but they had the regular meeting after we left.
Right.
We're not members.
Yeah.
The
But
members
they
were there when we
voted
left.
what you wanted.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
encourage them. Yeah.
Okay, moving on, old business, hall update.
Yay.
Well, we're moving pretty good. We've got the guy insulated today, the electrical's done, the furnace is 99% done. Got a little bit of plumbing to do. The carpet's coming Thursday, and they should be done by at least Friday. Tentatively, I'm gonna bring the furniture out of storage on the 17th. Hopefully on the 21st, we can move back in, and on the 24th, be in there. That's the plan. We'll see what pans out.
So we'll get the tour, grand tour in the
Yeah,
next
well, you can
meeting.
wander through tonight if you
Yeah.
want. The lights work.
Beautiful.
You're gonna
So-
love it.
It's coming out pretty
You
good.
won't believe it, the difference.
At least we'll be out of here before the election.
That's the
it.
plan.
Yeah.
That's it.
I
Okay,
don't wanna do another one here.
moving on. Unless you got any questions about the hall. Okay, moving on. New business, item A, resignation, planning commission, Denise Page. In your packet was a letter from Denise. She's gonna be spending approximately 6 months a year out of state. So regretfully, she resigned. And I will make a motion to accept the resignation of Denise Page from the planning commission with regret and wishing her well.
Yeah, I'll support that. Denise, yeah, she was a good plan commissioner.
She was.
And she, just like Susan there, wish they could have stayed, but I know life, you make life changes and that, but they were, both of them, I thought, were very good planning commissioners. So,
Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries. Item B, appointment of the planning commission, Kyle Robertson. I guess Kyle's busy, he's not here tonight. He came to the planning commission meeting. He's a young man, I don't know, 32, 33. He's lived here all his life. I think he'll do a good job. We'll get some younger folks on there.
Yep.
So when all those old people start gassing, then we'll be in good shape. So I'll make a motion to appoint Kyle Robertson to the planning commission to fulfill the term of Denise Page.
I will support that. Yep, Kyle seemed like a very enthusiastic young man, and I'll be glad to have him aboard.
Good.
Okay, any discussion on that? Hearing none, call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries. As we discussed last week, or last month, you approved putting an alternate on because we're gonna have a couple other folks leaving next year. So we're trying to get somebody on that learns the ropes a little bit, so we have, you're not just throwing somebody in. Mr. Al Ensign is in attendance tonight. I asked Al if he would do that, and he said he would.
Yeah.
So I sent him an agenda for tonight and told him I hope he could attend. You want to give us your quick bio, Al, or I can fluff it, or whatever you want to do?
Yeah, you can fluff it.
Huh?
Yeah, you can fluff it.
Oh.
No speeches?
Well, Al lives on Miser Road, and I think he's lived here his whole life. Or close to it, because I've known him for, he used to go by and look at my cows every day for about 15 years. And
When he was little, right?
No, last year.
week.
Last.
So, it's good if I'd like to get them involved with the township, and so that's why I nominated. Okay, and I'll make a motion to appoint Al Inson
Support.
as alternative planning commission member with a term ending December 31st, 2017. So we're staggering the terms a little.
Yeah.
That's my motion.
Support.
Okay. Any discussion?
No, it's good, yeah. Al, you'll get a little,
They'll break you right
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, there are workshops and things.
Before we
like
vote,
that.
Al, we'll introduce everybody. We know who you are.
and boy, we make it a point to be fair. I mean, even if the applicant don't want to be fair, want fairness, we give it to them.
You want to introduce yourselves, or you want me to do it?
We'll introduce ourselves. I'm Pat Allegreen, I'm the clerk here.
I'm Dan Golston, I'm a trustee.
Joe Stevens, trustee and planning commission member.
Brenda?
I'm the Township Board Secretary, Brenda Loper.
This is Colleen.
My name's Colleen Stover, I'm the treasurer.
Now we'll vote.
Okay, now we'll vote.
Okay, all those in favor?
Bye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries.
Yeah, you can't get government simpler than this.
Yeah, we're pretty simple.
We'll
aren't we?
find nicer people to work
Okay,
with.
thank you, Al. This weekend, I will give Joe your address and stuff, and they'll be sending out packets. Then next Tuesday is your regular planning commission meeting.
And they have to come in
And
and
you
fill
got-
out
Yeah,
lots of paperwork.
you're never around during the week, during the day, are you?
No. We can get it to him and he can fill it out at the
Or we
meeting.
won't pay until after, well, you're gonna be open on Saturday before the election, but he's gonna earn his money next week, so.
Yeah, well, we
You
gotta,
gotta do a W-T, just like, W-2 like you got a job. someplace.
I can send it to him, he can send it back.
Okay, we'll mail it to you.
We'll mail it.
Anyway, Joe will be dropping it probably in your mailbox. And, I don't know, Joe, usually what, Sunday night you do that a lot of times?
Yeah, probably tomorrow night.
Okay,
Yeah.
so one of these nights there'll be a big manila envelope.
Okay.
So, go through it. If you got any questions?
Yeah, before
Give
you
me a
leave,
call at
tell
home.
them, give me your address, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I had him write it down over there. I'll get it to you for you. Don't forget it.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. Item D, recreation plan. I sent you a communication from Mr. Struck, who is the head of county planning, because I asked him to kind of outline, look at our plan, and see if he thought it was feasible to submit an application by April 1. He said it would be tight, but he thought we could do it. I then called our planner, and Steve seemed like he's very knowledgeable about it. Today he sent me a price. Now, 6 years ago, Rod gave us a price of $67.50, but we passed. So the price we got today from Steve is $7,500, as long as the timeline on his work. We still do not have a signed purchase agreement. We'll get that in November. So worst case, if things fell apart, whatever amount we have in here, at the point it falls apart, we'd have to eat it, you know, if it's 900 for October and some of the November one. Because you're not gonna probably have a purchase agreement signed before sometime in November. So that's a chance you take.
Shouldn't we do this anyway?
Yeah, but it's only good for 5 years.
Well,
But if we don't have it in by April 1, you gotta wait a whole year
Yeah.
to submit it.
well,
So,
I don't think it's wasting money, I'm sorry. I think it's gotta be done, we haven't done it. We
Right.
have park property, we might as well do it.
well, the only advantage we have over the last one was done in 98.
Yeah, a little
We
ways
have
back
more of an
there.
idea of what we're gonna do.
Right,
Yeah, the canoe launch, but certainly we're gonna incorporate other things there, either a walking trail, some kind of a lawn area, maybe some benches for fishing, I don't know, whatever your imagination leads you to. It's not just the canoe thing.
right.
In other words, the fee for the recreation plan is, the plan is contingent on us owning the property. Is that correct?
No, we
Okay.
could do it on another parcel, but it certainly wouldn't be by this April 1.
You were saying we would be out of luck if,
Well, we'd probably continue doing it,
I see.
but you could pull out if you wanted to.
You mean of the planning process? But what I was suggesting, what I might suggest is that if there's a chance we want to pull out because we don't want to do this now, we might have the contract prorated so that
Right. Well, I'll
it
discuss
doesn't
it with
necessarily
them.
even have to be equal in the proration. Some of the work, is more upfront or more in the back end of it. And with respect to that process, I mean, if they're not working on it, I don't know why they should get paid for it.
Right. And I don't think that'd be a problem.
And if we're not gonna, I suspect from what you say that we're gonna do this anyway, whether
I
we
think
buy
so.
the property or not.
I had another property owner contact me very near this property
Mhm.
with like almost double the amount of property and probably triple the amount of river frontage. And he would like to sell it to us. So if this falls through, we're
This
not,
is great.
we might have an option.
Then we have to do a new appraisal, everything
Oh,
again?
Because
Okay.
they're not contiguous.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
yeah.
So
They
we're
are
still
across
gonna
the
need
river,
the
I think,
plan done.
Maybe.
That's interesting. That's an interesting
So-
possibility, isn't it?
Anyway, so I guess I need a motion
I mean,
proving, I kill this name every day, Giffords Webster, to do a recreation plan at the amount of $7,500.
I make a motion to go with Giffords Webster Recreation Plan of $7,500.
I'll support that.
Moved and supported. I'm not saying it again.
Yeah.
Down the first time.
Any discussion? Have a roll call vote,
I
please.
knew you would. Dan,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Pat, yes, Bill,
Aye.
and Colleen.
It's kind of exciting because we're actually moving forward.
I know,
towards,
I'm
you
kind
know.
of
Let's hope.
excited.
On so many
Let's hope it
things.
just doesn't sit
No.
there for another 20 years.
Yeah, the parcel, or did the soil sampling on it?
No, he emailed me yesterday that he got prices on a phase one. One was 2,100 and the other was 2,200.
Uh-huh.
But I said, if we can meet the timelines, I don't want to do it till we get a purchase agreement in place.
Right.
'Cause I'm not 100% certain on the deal. And he said that seemed logical, because we have a mini deadline with that too, because if we don't transfer the property before January 1, we're gonna pay, somebody's paying property tax on it next year. So I'm pushing them there too. So there's a timeline there. That's gonna be tight. So it's tight on that, tight on April 1. So everything's close.
This phase one will tell us if there's any.
Phase one's gonna tell you if you need borings,
Okay.
okay? And hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not.
So he said where he's done borings, they've usually, depends on how many phase one tells you you need. He said it might cost you a couple thousand. So we'll see. It depends on factors you have no control over. If that gas station ever reported to the DEQ they had a leak, you're doing borings. The crematory uptown, you got a phase one. And Kmart reported a leak in their service center in 1978 or something. He had to do borings. Okay, so that's all he knew was track records of things. So
Kmart 78, that wasn't there yet.
close.
It was built in 82.
Well, then it was 88. I don't know, it was a long time ago.
Our historian, you remember
What do you
stuff
mean?
like
I used
that.
to pheasant hunt there at one time.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. Use of Fletcher Law Firm for purchase agreement work and phase one study. I talked to Mr. Brochu, and because Mr. Fletcher had done the exact same thing for the county very recently, I thought things would go smoother, but I'm always worried about, what's he gonna charge us, because we don't have him on retainer. He sent the email that I sent you. Now, I'm assuming that would cover the purchase agreement, but probably not the closing.
Okay.
Today I got two purchase agreements emailed to me from Six Rivers. One is the one that they're gonna have the property owner sign, and the other one is the one we're gonna have to approve, saying that we're gonna buy it from them after they get it. So, it doesn't mean the 200 is all it's ever gonna cost, but 200 will get you through the purchase phase, and unless you get a snag, there shouldn't be much after that. I don't think Mr. Fletcher's gonna do us badly because he is the county attorney.
All right.
So even though I'd like to give the work to our attorney since he just did one and he's right up there in the county, for this instance, I guess my recommendation was we'd approve Gary Fletcher to handle a property transaction.
I make a motion to approve Gary Fletcher to do our
Gary Fletcher Law Firm, please.
law firm.
He's top dog, you know that.
Okay, the law firm of Gary Fletcher to do our purchase agreement.
Support.
To do the legal work in the purchase.
That's what that means.
Well, I wrote what she said.
So yeah,
Well,
just
'cause
don't change it.
It's more than the purchase agreement, because there might be costs involved in the closing and stuff.
Sounds like landlord.
Yeah, but you only have purchase agreement. If you want closing, then you should have said that in
I
somewhere.
just said it before the motion. I said I would like a motion, I'd recommend a motion, that the Fletcher Law Firm represent us in the property purchase transaction. And that's from the day we start till the day we get the title.
Transaction,
Okay, I
and
got
you
it.
still didn't say closing.
I got it though. I
Does
Okay.
the
changed
Whatever.
transaction includes the closing? correct?
Right.
It does,
Yes.
Right.
absolutely.
Beginning,
That's
second,
it.
and
purchase
yeah.
transaction. Okay,
Well, I
I
didn't want any misconceptions.
Well,
Because you got that number included, the $200, but I'm sure it's more
I'm
than
sure
that.
it's gonna cost a little more. This is,
so there's no dollar amount in this motion,
No.
it's just the authority to
Right.
use Mr. Fletcher's office.
did I have a support?
Yes, David gave it to you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
moved and supported, I'm not touching that again. Any discussion? Have a roll call vote, please.
Okay. Polly,
Yes.
Bill,
Aye.
Pat, yes. Joe,
Yes.
and Dick.
Yes.
Okay, moving on. Cleaning service. In front of you on the table, I put another price quotation that I received today. We have 3 bids, and they're all very, very close. I'm gonna put my glasses on for these guys. Okay, one is by Janie King. They currently do IRA. I called IRA today and spoke to the clerk over there, and she said that she has no complaints. She said maybe they could do better, but they're far better than who did it before. So she had no complaints about, doing what they said they would do. And I should earmark that page.
It's at the very back.
Oh, okay.
Price and stuff.
Okay, let me check again, see whatever this is. Okay. Second page from the back gives you the weekly cleaning and the monthly cleaning.
And all the in-betweens.
Yep, and what they do in those cleanings, and they provide all the equipment, all the supplies, they have liability insurance, they have workman's comp insurance. And their price is $250 a month. Okay, then we got another one. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. We have another bid from a local person for, get it open here.
He named them, and now he's saying local person, is that what I want to put in the minutes?
Oh.
Local person?
Well, no, I don't care. Anita Levinsky is fine, because I asked her to, because I know she does his work. And
Where's
I
her,
should have wrote this stuff in red.
where's her total?
Oh, it's on here.
Oh, it's right here,
There it is.
on the second page.
Yep. Her price is also $250, but unfortunately, she has no insurances, and we have to supply the materials. Okay, the third one we got today was from Tricia's Affordable Cleaning. She's a local lady that has her own company. Now she has all the insurances, and she's supplying basically everything that the Janie King is, and she is $260 a month.
And how much is Janie King?
$250.
So-
Yeah, well,
250.
I like that Janet King sent everything.
Those are your 3 options. If you want, We
Liability.
could probably wait till the next meeting, because our next meeting's November 1st. And at the worst, we'll only be in the new offices for a matter of
I'd rather not.
4 days. So,
This needs to be cleaned.
Okay.
I'd rather not.
No, I understand that. I just wish
Well-
the local people's prices was.
I
I
understand.
understand that too, but,
And if we're dissatisfied, there is opt-out language
we
in
can
there.
opt out,
Okay.
okay?
I mean, Janny King seem like they're the king of everywhere, you know?
Well, they're franchise.
Yeah.
They're nationwide.
Oh, see,
I just like to support local businesses.
I know you do, but we also had local and it wasn't done that well.
And, we gotta be cognizant of the taxpayers' money, so
Right. So I make a motion that we go with Janet King.
I'll support that.
Moved and supported to go with the bid from Janney King of $250 a month and approve the contract. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, our roll call vote, please.
All right, hold on.
Who supported?
I did.
He did. Telegram, and
They better provide a Kenley's service.
Very well.
Is there any reason this is, I'm sure I missed out on this discussion. What is this sunny Casco Township?
I gave her a business card.
That's what his business
And
card
it
said.
says Sunny Casco Township on
Oh.
it. So that's why we got it.
I thought-
And besides,
Oh.
Casco Township and Allegheny County totes himself as cloudy Casco Township.
Yeah.
They might.
No, I'm just kidding. It's a very
I
nice.
don't know how many calls we get for that.
All right, Dan,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Pat, yes, Bill,
Aye.
and Colleen.
Yes.
Okay, item G, trash pickup. As I put in the update, a local firm that picks up in the township has offered to pick our trash up once a week for free. We don't get very much. We're currently not involved governmentally or financially with the firm, so I don't see a conflict of interest. When people call in, we give them the name of all the companies that service our
Right.
township. We don't give preference to one over the other. So I don't have a problem with it. If somebody has a problem with it, now's the time to speak up. That's why I put it on the agenda.
All right, do we have to do a motion in that? No?
No, 'cause we're
Okay.
not obligated.
They offered,
Yes.
So,
All right.
This is free, huh?
yep,
It's
well,
one bag.
it's such a small amount. I'd be very hesitant to pay $50 a quarter for one bag.
Toners and cartridges and everything.
Yeah, if you put them in there, yeah.
Easy to jump. I mean, it's free. I mean, if we had to pay, you could drop off from my house and my garbage and pick it up.
You wanna do that? Come pick it up.
they offered. I don't usually approve of asking somebody to do for free what they make a living doing. But if they offered in a goodwill gesture, and we do give information out to all our residents,
We do.
we don't,
It will never come in under scrutiny though, will it?
No.
Okay,
Okay, moving on.
So as long as we give out, like, as long
And
as
we
we do.
do. I
Yeah,
do.
fairly
I have
and
the
with not a
sheets.
bias.
Yeah, I
I
have
don't
the
think
sheets
that's a
of
problem.
yeah,
the three and I give them all three.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it ever becomes a problem, we just stop.
yeah.
Oh, we'll start paying.
So it's the
Okay.
general consensus?
Yeah, then we're gonna go with that.
Okay.
okay, moving on. Payment of bills.
Any questions?
I make a motion, we pay the bills for the month of October.
I'll support that.
Moved and supported to pay the bills. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote, please.
Okay, Colleen,
Yes.
Bill,
Aye.
me, yes, Joe,
Yes.
and Dan.
Yes.
Okay, citizens' comments. Got anything to say? Now's your chance.
Wake up.
Lane?
No comment.
Come on, you're our NEMC. What's cooking in NEMC?
Same old, same old.
There you go.
Boy, what a report. We're paying
That's
them for
right.
this, you know?
You drive the most recognizable vehicle in Casco Township. When I
You're
see
right.
the red WB truck, I know you're on.
I have one comment.
Go ahead.
The good people at St. James United Church of Christ would like to invite all of the people of Casco and neighboring communities to their annual chili cook-off at Perch Point at 4 o'clock on Sunday, the 23rd of October. If you would like your chili judged, have it at Perch Point at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and our judges will take a look and take a taste and see what they think. I believe tickets this year are $10 in the door, which includes one drink ticket. So that's Sunday, October 23rd, 4 o'clock, Perch Point.
Okay, anybody
I
else
thought if
anything?
it's a church event, only one person can render judgment.
Just to
Well, one
reiterate,
That would be
Chili's different.
the fire department functions are all on the 16th, which is a Sunday. I might have mumbled Saturday, but it's a Sunday on both of them. And that's about it. We're up to adjournment.
Sweetest day is the 15th, fellows, out there.
The only the house sweetest they got, it has nothing to do
Hallmark.
like a fall
That's a-
Valentine's Day.
Hallmark.
It got done, it started out its origins, that if you had, let's say, someone who's a shut-in couldn't get out, you do go and do something nice
Oh,
for them.
that's nice.
Had nothing to do as a fall Valentine.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, I still
I know,
like it.
now
Now it's
it's
commercial.
Yeah,
Buy
now
something.
it's a Hallmark holiday, same as Grandparents'
We
Day.
do have a short meeting with the
Our
election thing
grandparents' parents?
I
afterwards.
know.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
Moving and support to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.